Greetings, nerds. So, we're going to be looking at the difference between natural ultramarine and synthetic ultramarine. Now, we have three different versions right here of natural ultramarine. Front Angelico is about $30,000 a kilogram, comes from Afghanistan. It's the brightest of the blues. However, we don't have that one. We have this version right here, bright blue from South America. So, as you can see, the pigment is identical, but we put it up to that one. That's way bluer, way bluer. And that's just super gray compared to all of it. Anyways, let's make some paint. Now, this is going to be the exact same ratio as typical everything. This is a very expensive video to make, by the way. That right there is several dollars worth of pigment. A tiny little less than 0.5 of a milliliter. Perfect. As you can see, it really deepens the color, even with just adding the medium. It'll deepen the color even more when we grind it down. It's very gritty at the moment. You can't hear it, but there's a sound coming from it that sounds like sandpaper. Because this is 20 microns. One thing that's massively different to this than synthetic ultramarine is that the synthetic ultramarine has a very strong sulfur smell, and this does not. So this is some R9 ultramarine right here. We also have some R6 right here as well, just to compare. So R6 is an extinct version of it. This is currently made in quite huge amounts. When we compare the pigments, you can see a huge difference between them. This is much more pale, and this is, well, not pale at all. This looks more like one of the greener shades of ultramarine. Because when we compare them, the Lapis lazuli to every production model of ultramarine, we get something closer to that one. It looks exactly like that. Then this is, I believe the exact same one. Yeah, that's both Chilean. And yeah, I believe this green pale, or that's a red pale, is lapis lazuli, or I know that's synthetic, not Lapis lazuli, but I believe that one's a pale green shade. I have to double check because I get them mixed up all the time because they're already so like red. Anyways, we got some R9. This is just what I have, like right next to me. There's no reason why I'm using R9 other than that. Already you can see a difference between the color. Not as gritty. Doesn't feel like sandpaper. It's a much more pleasant pigment to work with, in all honesty. Now, let's... because that is mostly done. Grab a brush here real quick. So we got our full tone right here. A thin down tone right here. Grab some more water. So that's a synthetic. This is our natural. Already the color is way different. It's not as bright. Kind of looks like ultramarine with a little bit of black mixed into me. Now, one important thing to remember is ultramarine, besides meaning from the sea or from across the sea, something like that, it was only used in glazes for like the Virgin Mary and whatnot. I believe Fra Angelico was specifically reserved for the Virgin Mary. So we can see a huge difference between these two right here. This is much darker, not as vibrant. That's way more vibrant. It actually was a pleasure to use. It smells like sulfur. It reeks of sulfur. The question is, can you at home tell the difference between them? Can you see a difference here? Which shade do you prefer? And leave it down in the comments below. And stuff. I still don't know how to end videos. A lot of good suggestions, though. A lot of good suggestions. I just don't know how to play guitar.